Today, over $4 billion is spent in training in profit and nonprofit organizations alike throughout the United States. Studies have shown that only 15 to 20% of this training is effective. The question then is why? Is it because of the method and the systems or the type of training? No, that's not it. What is the reason? The reason falls in the value known as the model for growth, the identity role barrier. Several years, psychologists began to take up this problem of asking the same question of why is the training so ineffective? They began applying psychological principles and thinking to the situation. And here's what they came up with. One of the primary theorems in psychology is that a person cannot outstrip their self-concept over a long period of time. In other words, how they perform is dependent upon their identity as well as their skills. Our roles are directly related to our identity. Let's take a look at the IR model. The identity is in the center here, and this has to do with who we are and how we feel about ourselves, our self-concept or our identity. We also play various roles in life. These are also connected to our identity. We play a role of a supervisor, the role of an employee, the role of a parent, the role of a civic leader, and many more roles that we play in our general life. All those roles are tied directly to our identity. When asked a group of managers over a period of time how they would rate their identity on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being high, how they saw themselves, where would they fall in a scale of 1 to 10? The general average was somewhere between 4 and 6. When asked employees where they would rate, it rated even lower. I worked with an organization years ago who had a supervisor that wasn't performing well but had been with them quite a while. They wanted to help him improve his performance, so they sent him to some training. They sent him to some leadership supervisory training, a 3-day course. And in that course, he came back from that course and was able to perform on a 10 scale up to an 8 or a 9 level, which is a very good training course. But what happened to him over a period of time, and his performance began to fall. He started out low, he came up to an 8 or 9, and then he began to fall back. Well, where did he fall to? Obviously, he fell back to where he saw himself. And in this particular case, he saw himself as a 5. And that's where his performance ended up. Well, noticing this, the employers decided, well, we need to send him back for some more training. That obviously is the solution. So they did just that. They sent him back and spent more money on another training program. And sure enough, when he came back, his performance did increase. And his performance went back up. But then over a period of time, it went back down again. And the question was, well, why did that happen? Was it the training that helped improve the performance? And the answer was no, not really. It wasn't the training. It was the fact that the employer invested money and time and helped build the individual's self-concept on a temporary basis. So actually they boosted his identity from a 5 to a 6 to a 7, of which they saw the performance results. But it didn't last long, and we get this cycle. So over a period of time, what happens is we spend tons of money on training over and over again, but we don't get the results for it. Why? Because we don't spend money and energy and effort on developing the identity or the I. So what's the solution? The solution obviously is to do both. Do we need training? Obviously we need training. Do we need self-concept improvement? Yes, we do. We call improvement in skills training, and in MDS we call improvement in the identity development. We need both. We need training and development. So that as we develop an organization and develop a person, what happens is when we improve the identity, we also improve the performance. Lots of money is lost every year training over and over again. But unless we do something about the identity, we're wasting a lot of money. Thanks for joining us today. We look forward to working with you in the future.